Now, a pot washer, a lady who washes pots, has been awarded more than £16 million in damages for being forced to work on Sundays. Marie Jean-Pierre was fired in March of 2016 from the Conrad Miami Hotel for missing work so she could go to church. The 60-year-old, who's originally from Haiti, had worked at the hotel for more than a decade and had previously not been made to work on Sundays. Well, let's go live to Miami and talk to her lawyer, Marc Brumer. He represented her in court. Marc, thanks so much for talking to us. How did you first hear about this case?
Well, I am very active in the Haitian community here in Miami. I've had the honor to represent them in other cases, and I knew about this case, and it was brought to me by her pastor.
And did you immediately say yes?
Oh, absolutely. I have a history with this group. They're called Soldiers of Christ. They were in a tragic car accident several years back where a tire company put the wrong tires on their church bus. So I have a very tight connection with them. And it was my pleasure. I was, grateful and honored to represent this fine woman.
Was it pro bono?
No, of course not. What lawyer works for free?
Okay.
No,
so
I mean, I'm entitled to attorney's fees by the federal court down the road.
Okay, let's talk about this case. She worked for 10 years, didn't she? So why did it change? And then they did actually accommodate her from 2009 to 2015. So what happened in 2015?
Well, in 2015, she had a different supervisor come in, and she's never worked a Sunday there for about 7, 8 years. And then she was being placed on Sunday to work. And she, pleaded to her supervisor, I cannot work on Sundays. I've never worked on Sundays. She sent letters in May of 2014 to HR saying that I'm a Christian, devout Christian, soldier of Christ, I cannot work on Sundays. She sent another letter in October of 2015, a year later, with also a letter from her pastor saying this and that, and they totally ignored it. They didn't call her in. The law in the United States is, if you have a religious belief, not a preference, that the employer should accommodate you if it's reasonable, if they can. Unless there's an undue hardship. That's Title VII of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. So she was a dishwasher. She did the garbage. Had she been the master chef in the kitchen and had to make the cookies on Sunday, that might have been different. But there were many other dishwashers there. She was not an important worker there, and it was easy to accommodate her as they had done for 7 or 8 years.
Well, didn't they argue in court that during the 10 years at the hotel, they had made multiple concessions and were made to accommodate her personal and religious commitments?
Well, they had in the past, but in 2015, the new...
it all changed.
Yeah, the new supervisor came in and started putting her on Sundays when she never did. In addition, they were riding her hard. Everything she did was wrong. He made her take out a 90-pound garbage can that fell on her, put her in the hospital. So her employment had changed. Mm-hmm. It was adversarial. It wasn't a pleasure to go to work anymore. So
she was sacked in 2016. We're in 2019 now. It's been quite a fight, hasn't it?
It has been quite a fight, and that's what I do for life. I try to right the wrongs, and that's what lawyers do here in the United States. We fight hard for our clients.
So tell us about this. You originally asked for $50 million, right? She was awarded 21.5. Is that correct?
Yes. Well, I knew going into this case that the federal law caps you at $300,000 for punitive damages. So really, she was awarded $500,000 for her emotional pain, which is collectible. But this was something that I and my client did to try to change the world. We didn't do this for money. So knowing that there was a cap, I wanted and explained to the jury that what would be a number that would change Hilton Worldwide. Certainly $1 million is not going to change them. And what the message was, we were trying to send a message to corporations, whether they're big or small or whatever they are, that if you're going to take the blood and sweat of your workers, that you cannot discriminate against them. So what number will change Hilton Worldwide that also owns Waldorf Astoria, Hampton Inn, Doubletree, many hotel chains throughout the world? And I explained to them that this was Let's set a light, like a beacon of light that will bounce from Miami to New York to California to London. And here again, here we are.
And here you are. I've got to end it there just very briefly. Does she have a job now, Miss Marie?
No, she does not. Well, she's 60 years old with a 6th grade education. After she was canned, she worked cleaning toilets at office buildings. You know, she's
I'm going to jump. We can talk all afternoon. It's the afternoon here, but I have to jump in there because we're running out of time. Thank you so much, and we hope she enjoys her retirement.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mr. Brumer.